Going on, world? It's your boy again, Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P.I.E.N, man. Sitting in my car, really just had some things on my mind, on my heart. I had to go to, well, I didn't go to a funeral today, but it was a funeral in my family today, man. And I really don't do well with funerals. I really don't like attending funerals. I'm not afraid of death, and I understand that death is the only thing that we guaranteed in life. I just don't do funerals. And I didn't think about this in a bad way or a negative way or to disrespect my uncle that passed away. I just thought about this about funerals. You know, when we go to the funeral, that's the last time we see our loved ones. That's the last time we get to say goodbye. When we go to the funerals, when there's a lot of hurt and there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of crying, there's a lot of grieving. But you know when you leave that funeral that you'll never see that person again for the rest of your life. You'll have pictures, you'll have memories, but you'll never be able to see that person again and physically touch that person, man. So when we go to a funeral, not only do we leave a person there or a piece of that person there, we leave everything positive or negative with that person. So, man, not in no type of confused or morbid way, I just started thinking about this thing about my life. Like every morning when I wake up, it's going to be a funeral for yesterday's news. It's going to be a funeral for yesterday's problems. Every morning when I wake up, yesterday is a funeral to me. Because see, the thing about a funeral is we leave those things from yesterday behind us. And I'm not saying that in a negative way about anyone's loved ones. What I'm saying is when we leave our loved ones, we never get to return and see them again physically. So for my problems, when I wake up in the morning, they're dead to me. Because see, I can't say that every night that I go to bed. I don't go to bed with things on my heart, and I pray before I go to bed. But sometimes when you wake up, that thought is still there. So from here on out, every morning I will have a funeral for yesterday's problems. Because it's time to believe in the today me. It's time to believe into the day you. Yesterday can be a funeral for you. In the morning can be a funeral for you. At night before you go to bed can be a funeral for you. You say a funeral to what, E? A funeral to what, Mr. P? Mr. Positive and every negative, you talking about a funeral? I'm talking about a funeral to who you was yesterday. I'm talking about a funeral to that person that said, I want to go to the gym, I want to lose weight. I'm talking about a funeral to that person that said, I'm going to get my wife back. I'm going to be a man to my kids. I'm talking about a funeral to that woman that says, I'm going to wait for God to send me a man, and I'm not just going to be with any man. I'm talking about a funeral for that guy that you thought you was because you had a bunch of different women in your bed. A funeral for them. That's dead to them. That's dead to me. See, I woke up to me. I woke up to life. I woke up to chasing my dreams. So the things that's dead to me, I have a funeral for. And funerals are sad, man. And sometimes it's hard to let go when you go to a funeral. I know many people in my family was hurt today by the funeral that they had to attend. I don't like doing funerals because funerals hurt. But sometimes when you've been doing the same thing, when you've been in a bad relationship, when you have a bunch of negative thoughts in your mind, it hurts to let those things go sometimes because you feel like it's you and it's a part of you. But you have to have a funeral to those things that's not allowing you to truly be you. But you got to discover what you are, who you are. What do you want? I enjoy my car. I'm thankful for my car, Lord. I truly am. But I want more. I believe in a higher power, and I believe in myself. And I believe if I really chase my dreams, I can have whatever I want and whatever I need. Or I could just have what I have. And what I have right now is good, but it's not enough. I was called to be great. So I'm going to be great. And for me, and what my father has in his house and what he promised me, this is not enough. This is not what I see as greatness. Greatness for me is leaving that generational wealth for my son, for my daughters. Greatness for me is showing the image that you can be whoever you want to be, who you called to be. I need to leave greatness. I need to leave a legacy. You heard what Jay-Z said. Legacy, legacy, legacy. Black excellence, baby. They gonna see. You got to go after what you want, man. Trying to create a legacy. part of his verse, he said, my family didn't have shit. So that shift started with me. I'm going to build a legacy. So sometimes you got to have a funeral. Unfortunately, sometimes things die when it's life birthed into something else. Have a funeral for those negative thoughts, man. Have a funeral for those hurts and pains, man. Go and get over it and move on with your life. Have a funeral, man. When you wake up, you have a funeral. And then you celebrate life. You celebrate the life that you lived. You celebrate the life that they lived. Celebrate a new day, because you're about to live a new part of life that day. Celebrate a new day. Don't carry yesterday's dead weight with you. Get light, baby. Hit the gym, get light. Push it up. Push it up off your shoulders. Get some of that weight from yesterday up off of you. You got to push the weight up. You want to get strong, you got to push the weight. You got to push the weight, man. Get light. Get those negative thoughts up off of you. Get that depression up off of you. Get that anxiety up off of you. Get that worrying up off of you, man. Get that stress up off of you. That's not helping you. Get light, baby. Get on you and love you for you. Get on your grind. Show up to blow up, man. You see me, I'm out here, and I know my video's not perfect, but I'm grinding. I'm not making excuses. I'm making videos. You got to step out there. You got to try. I love my father, man. We was just having a conversation. He was saying he's used to always living for somebody else. And he don't know when he's going to live for himself. He has to live for himself. And I asked him, when you going to do it? What you doing? And he said, I'm learning. I have to learn. And I said, in order to learn, you got to take a step. I don't mean that in a negative way. In order to learn anything, you have to take a step. When you learn how to drive a car, you had to take that first step to getting in the vehicle and having somebody teach you. When you learned to do math, you had to somebody had to show you, but you had to take the initiative and apply your mind to understand the knowledge that you was taking in. I've been going to tutoring for several days now trying to learn pre-algebra. Today was the first day I felt like I was learning because I really focused. I locked in. I was locked on target. I learned. Because I shifted my mind to say, I'm going to learn this. I'm going to will my way through this. I am going to press on. You got to press on, man. Show up to blow up ain't just about no saying. This is about showing up every day to life. Showing up for my daughters. Showing up for my son. Showing up for those who love me and the people I love. I got to show up for me, though. My kids is my wife. So what? I'm 40. Guess what? I'm 40 and I'm out here grinding. I'm not just talking, man. I'm working. You got to work if you want it. And it's hard, baby. It's hard. Some days I go without nothing. And that's okay because, see, nothing only turns into something if you grind for it. E.T. said yesterday, you have to grind. I take my hat off to that man. You have to grind if you want it. I wasn't grinding. My routine wasn't right. My schedule wasn't right. But see, now I'm grinding. See, I'm not in school just because I feel like I need it in the institution. I'm in school for the knowledge and to grind, to push myself towards a task that I never thought I could accomplish. I'm in school for the knowledge, and I know I don't need school to get the knowledge, but I'm in a position to be in school and obtain the knowledge and grind. I don't let school use me. I use the school for the things that I need to get out of it. I need to get knowledge. I'm grinding for the knowledge. I'm grinding for Mr. P.I.E.N. But I can do more, so I have to get focused. And part of getting focused is I wake up every morning and I have a funeral. I killed yesterday's news. It's dead to me. I killed a test that I failed yesterday. It's dead to me. I killed the relationships that didn't work out. I'm sorry, but that's dead to me. Because when I wake up in the morning, I can't bring that part back to life. So let's build something fresh. Let's build something new. Let's build a new you. Focus on who that wonderful you is and work every day consistently to build it. You gotta want to kill some things off and put them away. Take it to the funeral, baby. You gotta let some things go, man. And I don't mean that in a bad way or to be disrespectful to anyone that lost anyone, because we all lose someone. I just told you, one of my uncles was buried today. When I leave the funeral, I'm leaving the funeral. It's dead to me. I have to work towards living while I'm still on earth, while I still have life. Stop carrying things that you can't change. The things that you can change, you change and move on. What are you doing better today that you was doing yesterday? How are you progressing? How are you grinding? I ask myself these things. I'm not making videos on time. I'm not consistent with my videos, but I don't complain about it too much. I make another video. And if I keep making videos and I keep writing the schedule and I keep shifting the schedule, I am going to get on top of this schedule. And I will become the schedule, and the schedule will become me. I'm grinding, but I'm not pinpoint laser sharp focused yet. We got to get focused if we want that success in life. We got to be focused if we want that happy marriage. We got to be focused if we want to be CEO of the company. You got to be laser focused, locked in, eyes on the target. You got to want to grind. You got to show up. You got to show up if you want to blow up. You got to AYG this thing. You got to activate your greatness, man. I got to activate my greatness. Mr. P.I.E.N not going to be a brand if I don't brand Mr. P.I.E.N. Do you hear me? Mr. P.I.E.N won't be a brand if I don't brand Mr. P.I.E.N. I have to grind. I have to work. I got to show up. Every day I got to show up. When I'm done shooting this video, because it's a part of my show up, I got homework to do. I got to show up. You got to show up. You got to grind if you want it, man. It's okay. Because see, when our loved ones dead and gone after we had a funeral, they going to a happy place. And we'll see our loved ones again. But if you a believer, you may believe in the heaven and the hell. And everybody, as bad as we may want them to, may not make it to heaven. And some people may go to hell. But you know who is going to hell? And I don't mean this in a negative or derogatory way or a bad way. I mean for me to never see again for eternity, going away from my life, is yesterday's stress. Yesterday's negativity. Yesterday's failed tests. Yesterday's car accident. Yesterday's being hungover. Yesterday's fight. It's over yesterday. When I wake up in the morning, it's dead to me. Because if I'm blessed to see another day, I don't have that time to waste to worry about yesterday when the Creator blessed me with another day. Focus on that day to grind to you. I don't know who you is, but I know who I'm called to be, and I'm grinding for it. Everything that I do not going to be perfect, and I'm not seeking perfection. I'm seeking to be used by the Father, and I'm seeking to be living in greatness daily. Because perfection ain't a reality. So I'm seeking to be the best me that I can be. I'm grinding. And if you want success, you got to grind. You want to push the foreign cars. You want the big house. You want to take your family on trips. You got to grind. And it ain't even about things. It's about buying back my time. And when you buy your time back, you can provide yourself for some of those things that you may want. But you know it's not really about the things. It's about the time. So in the morning time, when you wake up, I'm gonna need you to put some things to rest, man. I'm gonna need you to have a funeral. Have a funeral for doubt. Have a funeral for fear. Have a funeral for worry. Have a funeral for depression. Have a funeral for alcoholism. Have a funeral for suicide thoughts. Have a funeral for not loving your family. Have a funeral for not looking deep within and activating your greatness. Have a funeral for these things and celebrate your life, man. It's your boy, Ethan Smith, aka Mr. P.I.E.N. Gotta have a funeral, man. I'm out.